You brought so much joy in my life, with strong hands and a heart full of love.
Hey YouTube, I'm back. Okay, I took my shower, washed my hair, conditioned it, and everything. This is my little Mario Jr. right here. His mommy is about to do her hair. Dang, Mario, me and you almost the same complexion, baby. Look at that.
Oh, I know we're never the same complexion.
We're not? Look at the camera.
That's on the camera.
What? He way lighter or way darker?
Lighter. Mine doing way
What
lighter.
about you? Okay.
What are you trying to do, Malia?
I probably should have a dry towel. My hair done in about 3 months. I just colored it, and I put some black dye in it, as you guys already know. I shared a little story time. I shared a little story time with you guys earlier, and now I'm going to do a story time with Beth. But Beth already knows the story, but we're just going to discuss it like she don't know the story, because to me it's just more interesting just sitting here in front of the camera chit-chatting with Mama Kathy by herself. So I just want to tell the story. Okay. Like this?
Yeah.
All right, so if I'm not looking at the camera, I'm not being disrespectful or rude, y'all. It's just that I can't. And this baby right here, this is Lovey. Her name is Malia, but Nana call her Lovey because her middle name is Lovey after her other, I think it's her great grandma. And so Lovey, look at the camera, baby. Look.
Mommy.
What you want open? She got a bunch of stuff, y'all. Look. Oh, she got a Rice Krispie treat. She got some of these. And she got candy in her pocket. And I'm going to put it back in her pocket. Okay. All right. So, does she want to open up one of these, Beth?
No, she
I told you guys.
She want one of them,
I
but
said stop, Marjorie.
I don't know which one she want, Beth.
Try your chips.
You want these? You want this?
Mommy.
Yeah, here. Let me open these for you, Mama.
Wait, Nana.
Yeah, sing. No, you hold it. Why I gotta hold it?
Wait, Nana.
She gonna make me hold her bag, y'all. I don't wanna hold no bag. Look at her. Okay, I guess I'm stuck holding the bag then. Okay.
You know
So
I told
anyway,
you that out,
no, I hold the baby. Okay, now you gotta be quiet while Nana and Mommy have talk, okay? Okay? But if you need to interrupt or say excuse me, okay? All right, thank you. All right, so you guys already know that I suffer with depression, okay? And I take medicine for depression, and I also have anxiety. So I take medicine for anxiety and panic, right? You know that, right, Beth? Because I'm talking to you, not them. I'm talking to you.
Oh, you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Oh, yeah.
And you know that I also have lupus, and I have fibromyalgia, and I see a rheumatologist, and I hooked you up with my rheumatologist because you were having problems with your back, right?
Yeah.
Was your back and knees and stuff?
My back of my hand.
Yeah. And what did they wind up telling you? You have lupus too, right?
No, I got arthritis.
You don't have the lupus?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. So anyway, so from him, he gave me muscle relaxers, and he gave me Plaquenil for the lupus. And so I take that twice a day, 200 milligrams, and I think Beth take it too, right?
Yeah.
You sure you don't have lupus?
I guess I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, you need to find out. So anyway, then I have pain management, and I messed up my back years ago in like 1991. And this man, he was like 400 pounds. He was a two-persons transfer. I was working in a nursing home, and he was a two-persons transfer, but we were short of people that day. So the nurse told me to go ahead and he could pivot by himself, and we just gonna push him over to the wheelchair because we was taking him out of the lunchroom. So when I stood him up and everything, and he went to go pivot, some kind of way he fell and wound up with his knee in my back. So I was off work for about 6 weeks. And so, cause he really messed up my back. Then a few years later, I had a car accident, and and when I had the car accident, remember Beth, it was on so from, you know, having that very bad car accident and having that other stuff, then having the lupus and the fibromyalgia, I go to pain management. And so they give me pain pills, and they give me, they just give me pain pills, and they just started something new. They give me Norcan. It's a nose spray, and it's like, and I didn't even know that it was for opiates. I just thought it was just for heroin, but it's actually for any opiates, pain medication. If you take too much of it, all you got to do is they said sometimes you have to squirt it twice, and it'll bring you back, but sometimes you have to squirt it 3 times, and then it'll knock it out your system. And I don't know how that works, but that's what they told me. So they give me a prescription for that. So that's been happening like the last 2 months, but of course I don't have to use that because I don't abuse my medicine, okay? And then I'm on a lot of other different type of medicines, but I cut back some because it was like a lot of medicine. And I was taking like over 20-some pills a day. So anyway, I cut it down some, and so this particular day, my therapist was over. It was on a Monday, and I had a doctor's appointment to go see the psychiatrist. Well, actually, she's not a psychiatrist. She's a nurse practitioner, but, they can write prescriptions and do everything basically that the psychiatrist does. So at any rate, Beth, she was like, well, I don't know how to tell you this, Kathy. She said, but Kimberly no longer works for the agency, and we don't know who's going to be your nurse practitioner that you see now. And so she called her supervisor up on the phone, and she told her supervisor that I had an appointment on the 15th of March. And so her supervisor proceeded to ask me, did I have enough medication to last me if they gave me an appointment on the 25th of March. And I told her yes, because I had just got the one prescription of prior authorization from the insurance company. I had just got that one filled. I had just got the Klonopin filled, and I had just got the Seroquel. That helps me sleep at night, because without that I don't sleep. And so I was telling her that I had, prescriptions for all that. So anyway, they gave me another appointment for March 25th at 1 o'clock, Beth. So anyway, I go down there, and so they say, have a seat. The nurse will be with you in a second, which meaning the nurse practitioner's nurse. They take your weight, your blood pressure, talk to you a little bit, and then you go see the nurse practitioner, and then you talk to her for a little bit, and then she writes your whatever prescriptions that you need written, or she call them in. So I waited in the hallway, Beth, for about 35 minutes. And while I was waiting on there for about 35 minutes, finally Octavia comes out, and she was like, oh, Catherine. Octavia is the nurse. She's not the nurse, the practitioner. She's the nurse, right.
To take the weight and stuff.
They take the weight and stuff. Yeah, so anyway, I'm glad you engage in the conversation. Please do, because that's what that's for. And so, anyway, so she came out and she said, well, Kathy, she said, you don't need any of your prescriptions. She said, because you just got them. I said, yeah, I know. I said, I told as the supervisor that already. And she said, well, then there's no point in you seeing the nurse practitioner, because she can't write your prescription because it's too early. And I said, well, can't she just write the prescription like Kimberly would do, and then I just hold it to a time so I don't have to come all the way back on the east side? And she said, no, because they have to, by law, they have to see you every 30 days if you take a controlled substance. And the controlled substance is the Klonopin, okay, for panic, anxiety. So, Beth, she went up there and she got an appointment from Mimi, and she told me to come back on the 29th at 1 o'clock, the 29th of March at 1 o'clock.
4 days later.
4 days later. I'm like, that don't make no sense. They making me come. First of all, you should have called and told me, that I didn't have to come because I wasn't going to be able to get my prescription that day. Wasting my time, my gas, and then I'll be feeling good and have to get up and go get dressed, go wait over there. Go wait on the east side and come back. Okay, so where was I at, Beth? So they gave me the appointment for the 29th. So me and your daddy left, and I was pissed. You understand? Like, that makes me so damn mad. Come way over here for no reason. That's like the third time. Three times they done did that to me. And that pissed me off. I can't stand when they do this. Because the first time, she was like, oh, I forgot to, hear me, Leah. She said, I forgot to call you to let you know that you didn't have to come in, that Kim was just going to I was going to just walk your prescription over there to the pharmacy over there, and you could just get it from the pharmacist whenever you came up, because you don't have to see Kim today. But that was 10 minutes before my actual appointment time, Beth. So if I live on the west side of Cleveland and I'm traveling all the way to the east side of Cleveland, why are you going to wait 10 minutes before it's time for me to come in for my appointment to come to call me and tell me not to come? That was the second time that they did that. They said that Kimberly fell ill and she forgot to call me. So now that's my second time having to come all the way from the west side to the east side because y'all too lazy to just pick up a damn telephone and call somebody right away, right?
You only can see Kimberly. You can't see nobody else.
No, because she my nurse practitioner, so I have to see her. She the one who write my prescriptions and stuff. So the third time was when I went on the 25th and they told me I couldn't see nobody, because it was too early for my prescriptions. Y'all could have called me on the phone and told me that. But I don't know what's wrong with Octavia, but I do believe, and I'm not going to say with 100% accuracy, but with 95% accuracy, that Kimberly was fired, and also the receptionist, Mimi, was fired. I know Mimi was fired 100%, but 95% certain Kimberly was fired because she had appointments booked all the way out until like July, August, I was told, okay?
Really?
Yeah. So I think she got fired, but I don't know why she got fired. It's just other speculation, but I'm not even going to get into the rumor mill. But anyway, so what happened was I had the appointment for the 29th, and I was supposed to see a new lady, and her name was, what the heck was that woman's name? Mary? Was it Mary?
Girl, get off of that. Bro.
I don't know what her name was. I forgot what her name was, but she was a white nurse, and my hair's still wet. She done popped it all in my eyes and in my mouth. So anyway, her nurse. So now it's a new receptionist. I never saw her before. She's a young girl. Looked like she probably was like about 21. And then it was another nurse that was there, and I had never saw her before. And so they was up there, and the nurse was trying to show the new girl what to do on the computer as far as making appointments and stuff for the providers. So anyway, the girl told me to have a seat. The nurse told me, she said, have a seat, and I'm gonna call her Mary because I think that's her name. I can't remember. Shoot. And so anyway, she said, have a seat, Mary, will see you in a minute. So I was like, okay. So she came, after I sat out there, I was talking to Beth on the phone. And I was talking to Beth on the phone for like 35, 40 minutes before they even came and got me. So it didn't really matter because I was talking to Beth and we was having an interesting conversation. So I was like, hell, I wasn't even paying attention to the time anyway. So the nurse came and got me, and I went back there, and she took me back to Mary's office, and I should have knew something was funny because the nurse never stays in there with you. You understand? You go to the nurse's office, and then she, do your weight, your blood pressure, and talk to you a little bit, ask you a couple questions about your meds and stuff. Do you still need, is it still helping? Is it, do you need any refills or anything like that? And then you normally go in to see the nurse practitioner, Beth. Mm-hmm. So anyway, she took me in there and she stayed. And so then the nurse practitioner, Mary, she introduced herself, and she was like, so you take the Vibrate 10 milligrams, you take the Klonopin 1 milligrams up to 3 times a day as needed, and you take Seroquel 200 milligrams extended release. And I was like, yes. And then she was like, okay. She was like, well, what's your purpose for coming in today? I said, well, I have a CTP worker and I have a therapist that come on Monday. One come on Monday, one come on Tuesday. And they said that I had to see you because I would be needing a refill. So they said I had to come in to see you within the 30 days. So I was here on the 25th, and then they told me it was too soon, so they told me to come back today. So she was like, so your only purpose of coming in is to get a prescription? And I was like, I should have knew something was funny.
Right,
You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have an appointment. Why are you asking? Why
Yeah, well, yeah. If I have an appointment, why are you asking me if you
She
sitting there?
She should have knew what you was there for.
Exactly. Off rip, she should have knew what I was there for. So she was like, I don't have any notes in here on you. And she was very nasty. She's like, I don't have any notes in here for you since July. And I said, July? I said, I have never, ever missed an appointment since I've been coming here for over 2 years. Never. I said, the only time I missed an appointment was when they didn't tell me not to come.
Right.
That's the only time I ever missed an appointment. Any other time, I'm always
Well,
here.
you ain't missing an appointment because you was there.
Yeah, I always, but she said she didn't have no notes since July. So if you don't have no notes since July, that's not my fault. I don't put the notes in the damn computer.
Right.
In my phone, I don't do that. That's something that the nurse practitioner do. That's your job. That's not my job.
Exactly.
And that's not my job to question y'all to find out if you put notes in there or not. You understand? So I'm sitting there, so I'm getting a little agitated with her, and so then the nurse was sitting across from me. She got up, the black girl. She got up and she went to the computer and she was showing the nurse practitioner something on the computer, and I think she was trying to show her how to open up my file. So anyway, so she was like, well, what I'm going to do, Catherine, is I'm going to start tapering you down off of this Klonopin. And I said, well, can I ask you why? I said, because I'm still having anxiety and panic. So why are you taking me down? She said, well, because it was never supposed to be long term. Did you ever have that conversation with Kimberly? And I was like, no, I didn't. I said, but you look into my records. I said, because she did a DNA test to find out what medicines would help me because I had that gastro bypass in 2012 and certain medicines go through my system and they don't stay in there. So she wound up doing a DNA test. That's something new that they started, okay? So they did the DNA test and it comes back and it tells you all the medications that will help you with your psychosis. Right? Mm-hmm. So, I hope I used the right word with that. So, anyway, so what happened was, and I told her this, and I said, so why, can you just look in the file and find out, before you talk about, I said, before you even think about taking me off or something, don't you think you should look at my file and know all this information already?
Right. Why you ain't look at over your patient's chart?
Yeah, while I'm sitting out there in the waiting room for 40 minutes. Why you wasn't looking over my chart? You understand? And she was like, if Kimberly didn't discuss with you that this is supposed to be short term, then it's irrelevant for me to even open up your file. I said it's irrelevant for you to open up my file.
How's it irrelevant? You sitting right in front of me.
I'm sitting in front of you. If I'm supposed to be your patient
Yeah,
now,
you are a patient, so
yeah.
why was she,
What's irrelevant?
Yeah, how is it irrelevant?
I don't get that one.
She just wanted to be ignorant.
Yeah, she wanted to be very, very ignorant. I don't understand. Excuse me, y'all.
Bad days and take it out on
Yeah, they have bad days and they take it out on other people, and I don't appreciate that, right?
Right.
So anyway, she was like, I said, she said, well, I'm not gonna write you a prescription for the Klonopin. She said, for the full amount, she said, because, like I said, I'm gonna start tapering you off. And I was like, okay.
Okay, so
I said,
did she say she was gonna give you something else for it? I mean,
yeah.
Take somebody off or something.
Yeah, she told me she was gonna give me some. She said she's gonna try me on Bruce Burn or something like that. And I said, if you open up my file, you will see that Kimberly tried me on all that stuff,
right.
And none of it works. And when you look at the DNA test, none of that stuff works for me.
Right.
Right, baby? None of that stuff works for Nana.
But she was being ignorant because she didn't want to open up your file.
Exactly. She didn't want to open up my file. She didn't want to do her job. I don't know what the problem was, but she seriously pissed me off, Beth.
Yeah.
So she was like, well, if she said, I'll say it again. She said, I'll say it again. If Kimberly did not discuss with you that it was supposed to be short term, then it's irrelevant for me to open up your file. And I said, okay. I said, well, I'll tell you what you do then. Go ahead, taper me off, write the prescription, and let me get out of here. And I don't want to see you no more. And I said, just like that, I don't want to see you no more.
Yeah,
and then
she didn't want to go into your file to see who you were.
Exactly. So I don't trust you.
Yeah, so why would you?
You understand? So anyway, so then she was like, well, if you don't want to see me, I'm not going to write.
Downstairs, Mario.
She said, if you don't want to see me, as your nurse practitioner, then I'm not writing you a prescription at all. And then I said, well, that's fine with me. You don't have to write me anything. I said, but you know what I do want? I want to talk to your supervisor. You understand? I said, because you're sitting here telling me that you can't just take me up for this cold turkey. You understand? But you're not going to write me a prescription. I said, but that's fine. I don't even care about the prescription. But I do want to speak to your supervisor. So then the nurse was like, she seen that it was starting to get heated, right? So then the black girl, she had a little nasty attitude too. I don't know who she thought she was. Because you're an RN don't mean shit to me. You understand? I've been in the nursing field for 27 years. You can screw you. But anyway, so going back to the story that I was telling. So the nurse saw that everything was starting to get very heated, Beth. So she was like, okay, Catherine. She said, come on out here. And I said, I'm not leaving until I talk to the supervisor. I'm not leaving until I talk to the supervisor. So I'm standing at the desk. When you come out of the provider's office, they have a locked door because, they be having, say people.
Crazy people.
Yeah, I don't want to say crazy people, but people with mental problems. You understand what I'm saying? Disorders, and they have different ones. And so then I had my 2 grandbabies with me, and I think I had Urine with me too. So I had the 2 3-year-olds that y'all always see, KK and May, and then I had my grandson Urine. He was with me also. And so when you come out of the provider's office, you stop at the desk right there for the nurse to give you your appointment, and then you come out that locked door, and then you can't get back in unless somebody lets you in. So I'm standing there, and so then and then she was like, well, I said, I'm not leaving, like I already said, until I talk to her supervisor. Because I don't appreciate how she handled me, right? So then she was like, she said, those your grandbabies out there, right? I said, yeah, they my grandbabies. She said, well, I would hate to have you escort, I would hate to have you escorted out of here in a, what did she say back to me? She was like, I would hate to have you, escorted out of here in an inappropriate manner in front of your grandbabies. You understand? I said, really? I was like, I said, I want to speak to the supervisor. She said, well, the supervisor is not in at this office. She said, so I'm going to give you her phone number. I said, okay, that's fine. She said, I have to look it up. Can you go have a seat in the waiting room and I'll be with you in a minute? So I was like, okay, I ain't like the bitch attitude. Excuse my language, y'all, but she was a big, fat, nasty looking ass. Big, fat, booty, nasty looking bitch. Okay? She was tall, looked like she was probably about 6'1", and she had a big, big ass. And don't think Mama Kathy jealous because she got an ass and Mama Kathy don't. That don't mean nothing to me. Okay? The bitch just looked like she need to go home and wash her ass. Okay? Because if you was a nurse, you should have had on better clothes than what you had on, because nurses make money. You understand? Oh, I don't know. Did the shit for 27 years. Okay? So, anyway, she, hey, Curry.
I need my hair again. I know. Just, I don't know.
One arm and somebody.
Yeah, you always tell him don't hug me with one damn arm. What's the hell wrong with you?
Right, always.
Always hug somebody with one arm.
Nightgown.
Right.
On YouTube.
Yeah, because Beth doing my hair. I just got out the shower, just got through damn my hair. I'm doing a story time.
It's a truck.
That Uncle Danny, tell Uncle Dan pick you up. Say, pick me up. I like to be picked up.
I think you're right in there.
Oh, the heavy girl. Oh, that's a to go have a seat while she gives me the phone number, right? So I went back out there. Now keep in mind, I got there at 1:10.
Right.
Okay. So now it is close to 3 o'clock at this point, right? So why am I sitting here this long at a doctor's office?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's a long time.
that don't make no sense. You understand? I have never ever. That's just for my decorations. Girl, put my wine bottles back. So granddaughter trying to steal my wine. What's wrong with her? So I'm sitting out there. So like I said, it's night. It's either 3 o'clock now or a little past 3 now. Okay, so she come out there and she was like, she was like, oh, here's the number for the supervisor. She said, but the nurse practitioner, she called me over there to her, and I got to walk to the door. And she was like, here's the number for her supervisor. But like I said, she's not in at this office today, but you can call this number. She will call you back. And I was like, okay, thank you. And so I was getting ready to leave, right? Because I don't give a fuck about no prescription. You understand? Period. That's not why I was there, okay? I was there because they said I had to be seen in order to be able to get my prescriptions, meaning that I will argue and fight you over Seroquel. You understand? Because without that, I can't sleep and I have nightmares. You understand? When I do fall asleep for a few minutes, I have nightmares that wakes me up. So the Seroquel is what I will fight you over. Fuck clonazepam. I don't give a damn about that shit. That shit just for panic disorders. I don't care about that at all. So, hey. So anyway, so she was like, the nurse wants you to, this gonna trip y'all out. This gonna trip you out. She said, the nurse wants you to take a urine test. And I was like, I said, that's fine, because I gotta pee anyway. So she went in the bathroom with me, y'all. With me. Like I was a damn drug addict or something, coming in there trying to get some exclusive pills. If you was gonna give me some exclusive pills, you would have gave me some Xanax or some shit like that. You understand? Huh? Well, I mean, so you can sell it on the street for money? So that's what they were trying to treat me like, either a drug dealer or a drug addict? You understand? I can see if you was giving me some shit I can get some money for. You understand what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, so I took the pee test. You know, I peed as much as I could, gave it to her ass. And so she was like, this gonna take like 5 minutes for it to read. So I was like, wait, you want me to stay right here with you while you do that? And she was like, no, you could just have a seat out in the waiting room. And I was like, okay, that's fine. So anyway, so what had happened was, so I went back out there and I sat down again. So now it is close to 4 o'clock, guys. Beth.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Close to 4 o'clock now.
I would have been there.
So yeah, but I wanted to see what the outcome of this shit was, because now I want to know why you wanted me to take a pee test. You understand? So I went to her. So then the nurse came and got me, took me back to her office, right? So then the nurse, the black lady, the bitch, sat down beside me. You understand? The white bitch was sitting behind her desk like she was the president or some bullshit, like she over somebody, stupid hoe. And sorry for the language, but don't talk to Mama Kathy like that, because Mama Kathy, I'm not a drug addict. You understand? I'm not nothing. My kids, and my husband at one point thought that I may have just to put it point blank, they was like, well, mommy take a lot of pain pills, so mommy might be addicted to pain pills. So they had this conversation, I guess one day when I was sleeping. I was sick, because I've been sick a lot. And so I was like, I said, because my doctor told me that if you take pain medicine to get high, then you have a high chance of getting addicted to this medicine. But she said, if you take it specifically for what it's prescribed for, she said, then you won't get addicted to the medicine, right? So to prove to my kids and my husband that I was not addicted to any pain medicine, I did not take none for 1 whole solid month. Not 1 whole solid month did I take no pain pills. Not none. I suffered bad. You understand? Because I done had like 10 surgeries on my stomach. I done had all kind of stuff done. You understand? Things stuck in my chest that's still sitting there to this day. Right there. You see that? Still sitting in my chest. At the tip of my heart, you know. And so I had to prove to my family that I was not addicted to no pain medicine. So I'm talking to Beth and I'm talking to my YouTube audience all at the same time.
Ran like Lee.
So anyway, when I go back in there and I sit there, I just told y'all that story because of what I'm about to tell y'all now. So I go back in there and I sit down, like I said, the black bitch sit next to me, the white bitch sitting across from me. So she was like, she's like, I was in the hallway the last time when I was waiting them 30, 40 minutes. I was talking to Beth and Yetta on the phone. Yetta said, Ma, start recording everything they said. Everything they say to you, start voice recording it. And I was like, how you do it? So Yetta walked me through it. So I had my phone on voice record, and them hoes didn't know. You understand? So I got all this shit on record, okay? So then she was like, Catherine, we have a bigger problem than I. She was like, you got a lot of different drugs in your system that you're not supposed to have. And I'm like, what kind of drugs do I have in my system that I'm not supposed to have? Because I only take what is prescribed to me. And she was like, so she turned in the pee cup around in front of me, right? And you could see, the different color lines or whatever, but I don't know how to read. She never once showed me that it was my pee, but my name on the cup. She never once showed me that. She never once showed me what was positive or what was negative on that cup, right? But so she's turning it in front of me like this. She was like, you have morphine in your system. I was like, huh?
Morphine.
She said, yeah, I'm like, morphine? What? Then she said, and you have oxycodone in your system. So I was like, what is oxycodone? And she said, oxy, it's Percocet. And I was like, oh, I got that in my system. And she was like, yes, you have that in your system. And you have ecstasy in your system. And I started cracking up laughing. I just bust out laughing so loud when she said that I had ecstasy in my system, right? I just bust out laughing. And I was like, oh, that's in my system? And I was like, how'd that get there?
Right, who put it there? You?
Who put it there? How'd it get there? And she gonna look at me, obviously you took it. And I'm like,
yeah, okay, bro.
So I didn't even think to tell her to show me my name, what was on the cup or nothing, Beth, or show me the results on the cup. I didn't think about that because I was so pissed off at this point now because now, bitch, you accusing me of being a drug addict. Morphine, I got ecstasy, and I got Percocet in my system. So, but here's the thing though. When I go to pain management, they give me Vicodin, 10 milligrams, 5 times a day. And I told that to the broad. And I said they give me Tramadol, 50 milligrams, 4 times a day. Right. But she never once told me I had Vicodin in my system, nor Tramadol. And they both are controlled substance. Now, I can understand the Tramadol, you have to specifically test for that. Because it's like a low on the totem pole of controlled substance left. But if you found Percocet in my system, then you damn sure should have found Vicodin in my system. You understand? You understand? Because they give it to me and I take it 5 times a day. But I don't take it 5 times a day, but that's what it's prescribed. Right? You understand? When they give them to me. So, now I'm telling you now, I'm voice recording all of this. And so then her nurse going to look at me. She was going to say, Catherine, do you have a substance abuse problem? I looked at her and I was like, I said, let me tell you something. I said, I don't drink. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't smoke weed. I don't shoot cocaine. I don't snort cocaine. I don't use heroin. I don't do nothing. I take 10 milligram Vicodin 5 times a day as prescribed by my doctor. And then so the nurse practitioner, she's like, what? What? Who prescribes? I highly doubt that. And I was like, excuse me? She was like, then now she want to say she in my file. Right? Before she couldn't get in my file, but now she want to say she in my file, right? And she was like, there's nothing in your file stating that you take Vicodin, that a doctor prescribes Vicodin for you or Tramadol. And I was like, okay. I said, well, that's funny. I said, because your system and Amin's system is the same, because he's the hey, baby. He's the pharmacist, right? Yeah, I talk about this crazy lady, baby. Yeah, gotta make sure I don't cuss while you in here. Okay, sorry, baby. So, anyway, so Amin, okay, so about almost a year ago, Iman came to me when I was in there with Kimberly, and he was like, Catherine, I can't fill this Klonopin for you this month. And I was like, wow, what's the problem? He said, because you just had a prescription filled for Ativan. And I was like, yeah. I said, my primary physician feels, give me that. And then he said, well, it's a benzo and it's all in the same family. And he said, you can start breathing from that. And I was like, what? And I said, well, why would my doctor give me something and he know everything that I take, right? And so then he was like, I don't know. He said, but you can literally start breathing. You can go to sleep and not wake up. You understand? Taking these two medications together, right? Because they already told me that don't take the Klonopin and the Vicodin at the same time. Take them 1 hour apart from each other, right? So I already knew that, okay? So I said, well, I won't take the Ativan anymore. You understand? And so because of that, and so he ran a prescription drug history on me that day. You understand? And so when he ran the prescription drug history, he saw everything that I took. So if he saw everything that I took. Hear this bell, Bap, that's calling you. Hear this bell, Bap, this mean I'm calling you. She done, y'all. I didn't even know she done. I sitting out here talking. I didn't even know she done my hair. Oh, you did. Mom got the hair been done 3 months. Come on, Bap, we gotta finish this conversation. I can end this video. That I didn't do anything. I said ecstasy.
I would have asked her. I would have said, do you have a drug problem?
Yeah, why you asking me that? Because they be the biggest ones that be having drug problems.
That's why my other lady got fired. She probably was pregnant also.
That bitch lucky. Both of them is very lucky. You understand? Because first she couldn't tell me you was gonna have me. You threatened. I asked her. I said, why did you threaten me? And she was like, what do you mean threaten you? I said, you threatened to have me escorted out of here because I said I wanted to talk to her supervisor. And she was like, no, that's not what you said. You said you wasn't leaving until you got a prescription. I said, now why are you sitting there lying?
Right.
I said I was not leaving until I talked to her supervisor.
They just wanted
they was trying to find some reason.
Something on you to make you seem like you was a drug.
Yeah, like I was a drug addict. You understand what I'm saying? And so anyway, so I was so heated after that. And so I'm sitting there. So she was like, I'm gonna write you a prescription for 7 days because I can't I can't just let you go off cold turkey. So I'm gonna write you a prescription for 7 days and 7 days only. And I was like, I don't give a damn if you write me a prescription at all. Period.
Right.
You understand? And I said, and she said, and I don't want to see you again. And I said, and I don't ever want to see you again. You know why? Because you are a terrible, terrible, terrible person. You understand? And I shouldn't even told her that she was a terrible person. I should have told her she was a terrible hoe. You understand? And so, and just like that black girl, you gonna threaten me? It was all, and that's the reason why. Cause see, I didn't catch that part on voice record because I hadn't yet talked to Yetta. So that's why I bring her back up and asked her why she threatened me, you know, to have me escorted out of there in a terrible way in front of my grandbabies. But for a reason.
Right.
What was the reason behind that?
Because you wanted to talk to a supervisor?
Because I want to talk to a supervisor?
That's the thing. They don't want you talking to them supervisors because they know they be wrong.
Yeah, they know they be wrong and they don't want you to talk to the supervisor. So anyway, I held my composure and everything because I wanted to cry. But I refused to give both of them bitches, I refused to let them see not one tear fall down my eye. You understand? But I was so mad because addiction run in my family. You understand? It runs in my family. And I pride myself on never doing stuff. You understand? We don't drink. We don't smoke. We don't go out and party. The first time we went to a nightclub was when Beth had her birthday this year, and we went to the strip club, secret strip club. So what had happened was, so I snatched the prescription from the bitch. And so I walked out there, and now it's almost 5 o'clock. Okay, I done been in this place since 10 minutes after 1. Because my appointment was at 1, but I was 10 minutes late. So I've been there all that time. So then I called, as soon as I left out of there, I took the prescription, put it in my purse. Didn't even think about that damn prescription. Didn't even have it filled for days, okay? I supposed to have it filled that day. But I wasn't even thinking about no damn prescription. Because like I already told y'all, I don't give a fuck about no damn Klonopin. You understand? Period. But I will fight you over the Seroquel. You understand? Because that makes me go to sleep. You understand? If not, I lay there all night and everything that goes on in my life runs through my mind. Then if I happen to fall asleep, then I have nightmares. You understand?
But I be tossing and turning.
Yeah, and then I toss and turn all night, waking, keeping my husband woke. Then the nausea feeling that I be having and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of crazy. So I will fight you. I would have fought hard for Seroquel. You understand? Klonopin, you could kiss my ass. So I also have a recorded conversation with the pharmacist, because he came out, Amin came out, and I talked to him. And I was telling him what was going on. So he was like, well, we're going to get this situation handled. You understand? Because he knew I'm not no drug addict. You understand? He knew that I was taking Vicodin, and he knew that I was taking Tramadol, because he read my prescriptions and we talked about everything. He was telling me how to safely take it. You understand? So I appreciated that. You understand that he took the time to, you know, tell me, okay, don't take this at the same time you're taking this, because it can stop you from breathing. And I already have asthma and COPD, so I'm not finna overload myself on anything. You understand? So for you to sit here and accuse me of being a drug addict, you spinning some shit around talking about ecstasy.
Right.
So anyway, that's my story time for today. I did talk to the supervisor, and I told the supervisor that I'm not letting this go. I'm contacting my attorney, and I'm going to set up a lawsuit for slander. You understand? She assassinated my character. You understand? And I really didn't appreciate that. You understand? Because I prided myself on not being addicted to anything and not messing around with street drugs. You understand? And not taking drugs that's not prescribed for me. You understand? That don't make sense to me. You don't do a person like that. And then when I asked the broad about having me escorted out in an inappropriate way in front of my grandbabies, and I wanted to know what she meant by that, she talking about because we pink slip people all the time, and the police and the paramedics come take them out of here. Excuse me? And you want to call the police on me?
Because you wanted to speak to a supervisor.
Because I want to speak to a supervisor? Really? Really?